Are we on? Our slab is poured. In the last video I had no audio, but the way they poured it concrete. Okay. Now, this will be house, this will be porch. Now, I started to put up some of the block to show you. Come in. How I pin the block to the house. I have pins here, 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 and what we're gonna do is I'm gonna be pinning this block. I just wanted to put some block up for you to show you. Now, the next block will be coming in here. Now, if you remember in my last video, this is where a sonotube is. This is where my tube is. This will be where the block is going to be coming down. Straight across. Now, I got to bring this across. I will be leaving an opening for the door. Now, what's important here is this is going to be the post for the porch. Now, before you start putting the block over here, you have to know where the post goes. Because eventually, you're going to have a girder that sits on top of this. Up there. So now, I happen to strike a line on the floor. And what you're going to want, I'm going to be putting a 2x6 wall on here, which is important. Now, some people, this is an 8-inch pancake block. I don't happen to have a block on hand, but, you know, before you start cementing the block down and going across, you got to know your square points. Because what's going to happen here, we're going to be using a regular block. This is happen to be the same size, 7.5. Your block wall is going to be here. And what I'm going to be doing is running a 2x6 plate. That 2x6 plate runs even with this. So before you start laying the block, if you start putting block up without knowing where it's going to be, now your column is off. Okay, so this will be turned this way, and there will be another one turned this way. I'm going to show you how to do this. We'll be drilling in here. We'll be cutting this plywood right off. And my new wall will be up here, which is dead with this. Back ramp, can't move like back ramp. This is not gonna, it's gonna be even with this. But this actually stops because an exterior wall, then you're gonna have a girder, which is gonna be even with this and your exterior wall. This will be a girder that goes on top. And then you're going to be dovetailed. Another one's coming here, one comes here. We're going to show you that now. Oh, an important thing is, you can go over there, my girl. What I did was, yesterday, this is a form that's still here. I will be removing it. But now, as I showed you in one of my videos, there's the wire. There's a wire. This thing does not move from there. I'm going to cut this thing down 2 inches so when I backfill, the dirt comes even with my styrofoam, so you're seeing. But I'm going to cut it down a little bit. That's gonna be that. So the next thing I'm gonna do is show you, this is a sample of a girder. That's a sample of the wall. And this is a sample of a block. Now, the block is going to come here, it's going to hit this X. This is exactly where 40 is. It's going to come across, it's going to hit that side. Now, I squared this off. These lines, when I put the form up, I squared these lines off a long time ago. What I did was, go here from, I am following this wall here. This is the exterior of the house. It's a mess. Right? I measured from here to this line 17 feet. I just picked a number. I measured from that line, from that side 17 feet. I made one line. And then I just measured off of it to get my square. And that's how I square the foundation up. And I did that before I put the forms up. How you do that is by tape measure. Now, there's many ways you can square. You're gonna use, if I could show you, if you measure, this is a square. If you measure 3 feet and 4 feet, this should be 5 feet. If you measure 6 feet and 8 feet, this should be 10 feet. What's happening here is 3, 4, 5. You're doubling your number. That's a 3. You're just doubling that number. You got a 3, and you got a 4, and you got a 5. That is your square. Now you double that number, it makes a 6. You double that, it's an 8 and a 10. You can keep on going. You just double this number. There's 3, 4, 5 in the cross situation. There's 6, 8, 10 in the cross situation. It'll always be a perfect square. So what I did was, when I pulled this line, I pulled it from there and this building over here to make everything square. And you'll see it work. When it comes up and those rafters, now, the post will be here, the 2x6 wall will be here, the girder will take off from the 6x, the wall. I'll show you that later on. First we're gonna do the block. Now over here, I think I showed you this, but I'm not sure. I did pin this, I did pin that. I started doing block. I showed you how to pin this. Now, over here is a little rough. I'm not gonna pin anything here. I'm gonna fill it solid, and we'll join the rock. And then the next thing, I'm gonna start doing the block. And we'll be ripping off the rest of the forms. How's that sound?